What's good, everybody? It is a Sunday, NBA picks and props. Not the way we normally do things, but we had to have a special show because it's All-Star Sunday, and there is going to be a basketball game today. There's been a couple days without NBA basketball, but we will have a basketball game today, even though it's an exhibition. And there are some events going on around it in an all-star format. You got the three-point shootout. You got the skills competition. You have the dunk contest, which some of the people on this crew will not be as excited about. Not that I am either, but that's a whole nother story. A lot going on today. Still opportunities for you to bet on basketball. You probably been missing it the last couple of days. Professional basketball, the NBA. We're going to get into it. Got my crew with me here for NBA picks and props. First up, my man Brian Fonseca, who, if you see his camera, might look like he's about to sleep, but he's not. He's just being comfortable and doing the right thing to make sure he looks good. Yo, Brian, what's up, man?
This is my Sunday setup, we'll call it, right? So I'm just a little more comfortable. It's Sunday. It's also All-Star weekend. So I'm actually not even that interested in the events that we're about to talk about, but I'm interested in the gambling aspect of it, which is why I'm here.
Well, that's why we're all here. Actually, by the way, next up, my man Jamal Murphy. He's probably been watching a lot of basketball in the last couple of days because there's been a lot of college basketball action heating up. March Madness is coming. Murph, not usually what you do on a Sunday, but we're talking about gambling and some exhibition basketball. Does that excite you?
Yeah, why not, man? I'm a little tired. Just came back from partying in Atlanta. Caught the flight back before the game, like I usually do All-Star weekend. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, no, I'm happy, man. But any kind of basketball I'll watch, put some money on it. Let's go.
All right, that's a good thing. And last but not least, Gerard is not with us today. He was going to be with us, but we were going to have this guest anyway. My man, my mentor from the great University of Pittsburgh, Jamoke Davis, host of Just for Sport on the Props Network. Jamoke, what's up? Why do you have all this Wizards gear behind you? Number 3, not for Bradley Beal, but for Caron Butler. What's up with that?
That's right. That's right. I'm rooting on my Washington Wizards, Bradley Beal, repping my old school Caron Butler. I was going to wear the jersey, but I was like, nah, it's autographed. It means a lot to me. So I brought it out just for the show today. All-Star Sunday. I'm really excited for this Playdemic game.
Playdemic. All right, guys. Interesting. Sorry. I mean, I still always have the Knicks represented behind me. Obi Toppin, Julius Randle, do the thing. We're out here rooting for you. Knicks gang, let's go. Guys, this is All-Star Sunday. Everything condensed into one day because of the pandemic. That makes things a lot more interesting. But I'm going to go around and ask you guys, look, this is an exhibition game. You got events. So you talked about the dunk contest, skills competition, et cetera, et cetera. Do you guys like betting on these things? Is it fun or is it more stressful than betting on regular season games? Jamoke, I'll start with you.
I find it more exciting, especially because, come on, it's an all-star game in the middle of the season, no different from a Pro Bowl, whatever. What else are you going to do? You're just watching entertainment. Why not try to make some money off it? Put something on the line. I have some great picks for you coming up, and especially because everything's condensed into one day, it just makes it that much more exciting and a reason to watch. I mean, come on, why not? It's going to be fun.
You're right. If you got some money on it, it's absolutely a reason to watch because you might not want to watch some of this stuff otherwise. Brian, you are in Sunday mode. You are in Sunday relax mode. Putting money on these games, is that stressful for you at all, or is this exciting?
Nah, I mean, I did it the year that Bam won. What a surprise! The skills challenge, and I had money on Bam winning that one, but I rarely sort of bet these all-star events just because I don't quite know. It's been more of one of those things that I would bet amongst my friends, as opposed to actually putting money on DraftKings or something like that. So this year, maybe it'll be a little bit different. Maybe as we talk this out and workshop this as the episode goes, I'll change my mind and put some money on Anthony Simons or some shit. But we'll see.
Good luck with that. We got some people in the chat. Jordan Wright asked what time the first event starts. I believe that is 6:30 tonight. So we're trying to get you guys some information before the start of that first event, which I believe is going to be the skills challenge. Then we will have the 3-point shootout. Dunk contest will be at halftime of the game. It's going to be interesting. That's going to be a long halftime. It's going to be interesting there. Murph, You talked about, you're a little bit excited. Why not? You just came back from Atlanta, got out before everything got crazy. First of all, how are the clubs down there? Were the clubs down there more exciting than betting on these games tonight? This game tonight?
Yeah, it's business as usual out in Atlanta. It's wide open and it's wide open down there. They got the NBA logo on the flyers. I heard the commissioner wasn't very happy about that. But there were plenty of NBA guys at the park. Now I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
We're joking. Murph was keeping it safe.
I didn't go to Atlanta, but I'm sure it was okay. And we should have there should be some bets on which teams have to quarantine when they get back. There should be all kind of bets like that. But no, for these type of games, you have to bet on these. I mean, come on. If you're a degenerate gambler like me, money on everything. I don't care what's going on. So why not? You got to have a reason to watch the All-Star game. Who's going to score the first point? Who's going to win the 3-point contest? There has to be a reason for us to watch, and this is it.
This is it. Betting is the reason for you to watch. I want to thank everybody for checking in. So far, Jordan Wright, we see you. My man, Antonio Urbano, we see you. Please send in your thoughts, who you might bet on, and the different things we're going to go through in this episode. What you think? Do you care? Are you excited? Are you nervous to lose a whole bunch of money, win a whole bunch of money? Whatever it is, let us know. Let us know what you think. All right, guys, let's get into these events for All-Star Sunday evening. All right. We're going to start with the skills competition. And I want you guys give me your favorite to win each event and one dark horse as sleeper, and how you would bet the All-Star game when we get to that. So you'll tell me for that, do you like the spread? Do you like the over-under? But in terms of the events, just give me who's your favorite to win the event and one dark horse and sleeper. Let's look at the skills competition odds. Now, interesting field here, right? Always interesting with the skills competition because do you go with the guards that technically are generally historically more skilled, but big men are becoming more skilled? Brian won some money a couple years ago with Bam Adebayo, and you have some bigs. So your guards here, you got Chris Paul and Luka Doncic. Chris Paul is the favorite at plus 230. Luka Doncic plus 250. Then you start getting to the big guys. And you can probably call Robert Covington, who's here, maybe a little bit of a tweener. But Nikola Vucevic at plus 475. Julius Randle, go Knicks, at plus 600. Domantas Sabonis at plus 750. And the same for Robert Covington. Brian, are you going with a big man to win this again? Who's your money on for the skills competition?
I would probably lean Julius Randle here because I actually really like his odds. And I'm looking at the sort of lineup right now at plus 600. Yeah, that's something that I would probably jump on. Domantas Sabonis, not actually a bet that I hate either. I just don't know why. I don't know why he's plus 750 with Robert Covington, and I don't even know why Robert Covington is in this event. I don't think
HBCU love, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he ain't gonna win, but all right. If you want to put $1 on that plus 750, so be it. I like Randle and Sabonis the most here in terms of odds. I get why Chris Paul and Luka are the sort of favorites, but the return just isn't that appealing to me at plus 230 and plus 250. So I would go with one of the bigs, either Randle or Sabonis here.
All right. Now to my black people, are you going to show some HBCU love? Jamoke, what's up? You rocking with Robert Covington?
I am definitely rocking with Robert Covington. Come on. He's got the athletic ability. I think he's probably the most talented player in this lineup in terms of having a little bit of the guard skill, and he's got the size as well. Come on, look, skills challenge. A forward or center has won 4 of the last 5 skills challenges. So, and of course, you know that I love a long shot. I mean, and it is all about HBCUs. We got HBCU refs. We got money and resources going to HBCU schools. Why not have the dunk contest, skills challenge, and everything else go to HBCU players? So, hey, we only got one. I'm going with Robert Covington to win the skills challenge. That's my pick.
Do you like any of the long shots, Jamoke? Brian, I wouldn't call Randall a long shot, but the odds are nice there, plus 600. And any temptation to put some money on him?
I would definitely. I feel like because I always think of Julius Randle as my pick at the beginning of the regular season to be the most improved player. I love that he's in the All-Star game. I love that he is a player that gets a little bit more run in the skills challenge. But of course, y'all, the 3 of y'all are from New York. There's no other player that you would pick but Julius Randle. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
I'm the only one who can legitimately be asked that question.
Wow.
But you know what it is, and I at least know that Julius Randle could hit that long ass bounce pass that they do in the skills challenge. Robert Covington's never averaged more than 2 assists a game, and he typically averages less than that. I don't know if he can hit that bounce pass. That's sort of what it is for me.
Are you trying to say the HBCU players cannot hit that bounce pass?
No, I'm trying to say Robert Covington, who's a combo forward. I don't know if he can hit that bounce pass.
I don't know. I think our Puerto Rican brother here has some bias. Murph, who's your money on? I'm joking, Brian. Who's your money on here in the skills competition?
I mean, I hate to say it. I'm not going to go with Robert Covington. I'm an HBCU grad myself, but I just can't do it. Maybe if they put defensive slides in it, maybe I would go Covington. But I'm sleeping on his offensive skills. I'm going to go – Chris Paul is the favorite. I agree with that. I think he's he is the most technically skilled person in this contest, probably followed by Luka. Chris Paul has experience in this. If you're looking for a sleeper, I would probably go Sabonis, very skilled, great passer, great all-around player, can do it all. And I wouldn't be surprised if he surprised people. So at plus 750, that's a good person to put some money on.
I agree with that. My pick here, I got to go with Luka. I know Brian's probably going to roll his eyes, but oh, what a shock. No, I would go with Luka. Yeah, I think he absolutely could win it. It's a little safe to pick him. I'm also in the same vein as Murph. If I was going to go with the long shot, I'm going Sabonis. Sabonis is a very skilled passer. Probably doesn't get enough credit as he has. Wouldn't shock me if he was in the final 2 of this competition at all whatsoever. So look out for Sabonis. If you got a few dollars to spend, I would absolutely say put on Sabonis. And it goes into what Jamoke said. 4 out of the last 5 winners have been big men, right? And he won with Bam. So this could happen again. But I know Jamoke's shocked right now. He's sitting there and he's like, oh man, Dexter didn't pick Julius Randle. No, I didn't pick Julius Randle. No, I did. But I'll give you props for, going with the HBCU pick. I'm all for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
But look.
Ahead,
if it was like peak Darrell Armstrong or like Earl Monroe, then yeah, I'd pick the HBCU guy. But Robert Covington, he got to prove to me he can hit that bounce pass. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, shout out to our loyal viewer Eric Chang. Good info here. CP3, one of my favorite point guards of all time. 0 for 5 in the skills competition. I don't know if that's he's due. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it, right? Right.
Thank you, Antonio.
He's
Antonio's rocking with me though.
He's I'll take Covington, but that's not outlandish. All right. Eric says Randall wins skills. Obi wins dunk. Let's go Knicks. I can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that at all. You know what I'm saying? Jamal, you can shake your head. If Westbrook was in here along with your boy Beal, you might be happy. I see. We see the Washington love. All right, guys, thanks for checking in and letting us know who you think is going to win the skills competition. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if a big man wins it again. Next up, we are going to talk about the 3-point shootout. Probably of all the competitions in All-Star Weekend, my favorite. Absolutely love this all the time. It can get really exciting. So the favorite in this competition, Steph Curry. Everybody knows this. The best shooter of all time. He's got to be the favorite in this. BetMGM has a line boost on Steph Curry. He's at plus 110, plus 240 getting Steph to win there. Donovan Mitchell, plus 500. Zach LaVine, plus 500 here. Mike Conley, plus 600. And then 2 Celtics, if Gerard was here, we know what he would say. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, both at plus 700. Guys, 3-point shootout can get exciting. It's really about who gets hot, who can get into a rhythm, who also doesn't burn out too quickly. Could be really interesting in that regard. Murph, who do you like winning this 3-point shootout? Is this Steph Curry's competition to walk away with?
Yeah, of course, Steph is the easy pick. I'm sure he's getting, all the money that's put on this. Plus 110, you're not getting too much of a return back. But he's obviously the favorite. But if you're looking for other guys, I like Conley a lot here as a sleeper. He's got to be excited to finally be a part of All-Star Weekend. He practically begged this year, which it's all good. No shade. You did deserve it. A couple of years, a couple of years of your career, didn't get it. You got in this year, so I'm sure he's very happy. He'll be hyped. He's a very good shooter, set shooter from three. So I think he would have a shot here, especially with those plus 600 odds. And another sleeper I like is Jaylen Brown. Kind of the same thing. I can see him being very focused, wanting to win this. Nobody's gonna put any money on him. I think he's another sleeper to look out for.
Okay, Jaylen Brown looking it out. Nobody's hating on the C's here like our man Gerard does. Jamoke,
Yeah.
Who do you like this? It would be funny if your boy Westbrook was in here so we can see him bricking some threes. That would have been funny. But who do you like? Who do you like in this competition?
Here's the thing. It's easy, like Murph said, to pick Steph Curry. I mean, how could you not? But here's the thing. Only Curry, LaVine, and Booker are in the top 10 in three-pointers made so far this season. No one else in this entire list is in the top 30. And I know it's about rhythm, but here's the other point. Zach LaVine is the only player in the top 20 in three-point percentage. He's going for the EGOT of NBA All-Star games. He's already won the dunk contest. I'm picking him to win the three-point contest as well. Steph Curry has a better shooting percentage from three than Steph this year. 8-36. I'm going with Zach LaVine. I love the sleeper, but I get you if you got to go with Steph Curry. I mean, come on. It's only been 2015 since he won one.
Jamoke, since you brought that up about LaVine, that makes me think, has anybody won the dunk contest and three-point shootout? That's never been done, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I'm here for the history. I'm definitely here for that. Brian, are you feeling Zach LaVine the same way that Jamoke is in this competition?
Yeah, I actually am, because I think he's going to take this very seriously. I think he's been training literally for this three-point contest. I think he's been, in the facility and taking extra jumpers and things like that. I think he feels slighted to some degree and wants to prove that he actually belongs on the stage, and this is not a one-time thing, that he's going to be an all-star, but that he's going to continue to come back. So I just think that he's going to take this super seriously, be locked in, and actually win. My sleeper would maybe be, I'm looking at the odds right now, and sentimentally, would we all like to see Mike Conley perhaps win this? Like, that would be something that would be nice to see, because he got that late all-star bid. He's another one that we know he wants to be here. He said as much. I think he's going to take this seriously. And that's sort of how I've, roll with these events. Like, I think Steph Curry knows he's Steph Curry. Like, there's only been so much work he's going to put in. He's just going to go off of muscle memory, whatever. I think LaVine and Conley both really want this. So I would put money on either one of those guys.
Okay. Murph, I have this funny feeling. We have not spoken about this, but I got this feeling you and I might pick the same guy here. I don't know why. Who's your pick here?
What, for
the three-point competition?
To actually win it?
To actually win it, yeah. To actually, if you was like, hey, this is not to lose and flame out in the first round. It's not like we got Westbrook here, like we said. Which you'd expect that.
I'm gonna roll with Conley. I think he gets it. I think he gets it done. Pulls off the surprise. People shed some tears for him. You know what I'm saying? It'd be such a sentimental, win for him. Just a all around feel good moment for Conley. How about that?
Okay. Any sleepers that you like here?
Jaylen Brown. I gotta go. Jaylen Brown as a sleeper plus 700. Like I said, I think he has something to prove also. He's one of those guys who probably deserved to be an all-star earlier than he got the pick this year. Still kind of forgotten man in Boston with Tatum there. I definitely like his chances more than I like Tatum's in this.
It's interesting there. I thought you might go with who I like here. I like Donovan Mitchell, man. I think Donovan Mitchell's going to be mad. You guys talked about motivation. He talked about the refs are out against Utah. He and Gobert, which Brian enjoyed, got picked last in the All-Star drafting. So I think he's going to come out with purpose. I would watch out for LaVine. I like that Brian and Jamoke have talked about LaVine and his motivation. But I think Donovan Mitchell, I think Spider's going to be motivated to show out here, because I don't know if he'll get the shot in the All-Star game, but I think he definitely will get the shot here. So I would throw a little bit of money on Spider Mitchell. Who knows?
Why won't he get to show out in the All-Star game? They're gonna freeze him out?
They're gonna freeze him out, man. No
love for Donovan. They pick him last, and then they're gonna freeze him out.
Here's the thing. It was like LeBron said. Nobody played with them in video games. I grew up playing.
That sounds like an excuse, Dex. That sounds like an excuse.
Here's the thing.
A video game.
Like, LeBron's right. Like, I never really used the Utah Jazz in a video game before, but when they had Darren Williams, it was a little bit different. It was okay. When they had Darren Williams for a little bit,
Because he was a net. Because he used to be a net, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, it's not even that. Like, even with Utah, like, look, I was a kid when he and Chris Paul were known as the two best in the NBA. Like, those arguments, like, literally ruined some friendships. You know what I mean? Like, at lunch, you would argue about who's in 07, 08. Oh, forget it. It was crazy. But that's the only video game player Utah's ever had before, I guess, now. But even now, I ain't really popping in 2K and picking the Utah Jazz. I'm just saying.
Look, I'm telling you, listen, Donovan Mitchell's probably watching this right now, using all this motivation, storing it up. Right?
I traded for him in 2K, though. We talked about that on another picks and props.
Jonathan
Isaac, Mo Bamba, draft picks. You know what I mean? We made it happen.
Right. Hey, come on. Y'all know Marcus Morris said it best, okay? Regular season's not the playoffs. Stop beating your chest about what you're doing in the regular season. Just stop it. And Spider Mitchell needs to stop it.
Now, Spider did respond to LeBron. We just had this quote, "I don't want to be rude, but I really don't care." Mitchell said, "People have been talking shit about me for a while. We're not doing this to seek the approval of him." Sounds like somebody
strong statement.
Round two.
Sounds like
in the playoffs.
I wouldn't have made that statement.
But remember this event, man, the 3-point shooting contest, shooting in general, you want to be relaxed. You don't want to come in there with tension, trying to act, I got to do this. That's just going to get you tight. It's going to be off the front rim, the back rim. You want to be totally cool, not think about anything. So that's what, Donovan thing is tough.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not putting my money on Donovan Mitchell. I'm totally. Murph has convinced me that might not be the way to go. He said, "Listen, you're angry threes. That's not what you want. That sounds like a lot of bricks.
Angry threes not good."
You know what? I'm rocking with Jamoke and Brian. I'll put my money on Zach LaVine because I think his focus is different than his angry motivation. Murph, you changed my mind on this, man. I'm like, nah, I can't go with that. The energy's not good. The energy's just not good.
That means he's definitely winning, by the way. So.
That'll happen. All right, let's see what the people are thinking here. We got Eric Chan said he couldn't wait for this sick lineup even without Booker. Definitely would have liked to have seen Booker up in here. David Stankovic said Brown has got so much to prove here. What else we got here? Antonio Urbano said this is going to be a blowout. No way that Steph loses this. I wouldn't even bother. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we shouldn't even put our money on this. Antonio Urbano said it's foul. I guess that was in response to me talking about Westbrook. Sorry, Jamoke. Also, some agreement on Zach LaVine. Could see him winning. Jaylen Brown to New York would be nice. Okay. All right. Yeah. Spider and Gobert felt like the fat kid in the gym class. I guess so. Yeah. My energy is shifted on Spider Mitchell. It's just not good. It's not good for betting purposes. But like Murph said, now that I've said that, he's probably going to win. He's probably going to blow out the field. Yeah, just great. All right, guys, let's look at what is usually, historically the most talked about event. And Jamoke is already shaking his head in terms of the All-Star game. And it's the dunk contest. And let's just keep it 100, as we will later. This field is not that great. Look at the odds, people. Look at the odds. Bring the odds back up here again. We've got Cassius Stanley. And for most casual NBA fans, they didn't know who Cassius Stanley was before last week. I doubt they even knew who he was. He does play for Indiana Pacers. I can attest to you and tell you he's got hops. He's the favorite here at plus 100. Anthony Simmons plus 225. Obi Toppin plus 250. Team New York Knicks. Who do you like here? It's always interesting in dunk contests, guys, because I think dunk contest favors the people in Brian's height range, or a little taller than that. The little man. We like to see the little man.
Nate Robinson got 3. All right? Nate Robinson got 3.
Look, I'm just saying, people like the little man dunking more so than the big man dunking, right? So it kind of favors that. Now, Anthony Simons, I'm kind of not sure why he's in this contest. He only has 3 dunks all year. You think you got to dunk a little bit more to get in the dunk contest? Obi, we know what he's done in college, even though he's had a slow start to the season. And I said, Cassius can jump. He can jump. He's been jumping out the gym in the D-League. He's got some hops. I can expect some good stuff from him. Before we looked at the odds. Is there any excitement for this dunk contest? We only got 3 people.
No.
Jamoke, go ahead. Take it away.
No, there's no excitement whatsoever. And the first thing I was going to talk about is the fact that this field is awful. I'd rather see Anthony Hardaway dunking than Anthony Simmons. I'll give you Obi Toppin. But I think the bigger issue is, and actually, I wonder if y'all thought about this. It's the referees, the judges, excuse me, not referees. The judging has been so bad that I don't think any player wants to be in it. The number of players that have gotten robbed, going back to my guy, JaVale McGee, who dunked 2 basketballs, then dunked 3 basketballs, and he lost. He lost. Like, come on. How could you lose if you can dunk 2 basketballs on 2 hoops? That alone, the dunk contest should have been over. But if you look at Derrick Jones, Hamidou Diallo, Spider Mitchell in 2018, I'll give you that. Zach LaVine won it twice. But come on, realistically, the judging is so bad. It's no fun. And then at halftime, NBA can't even get real players to participate in it.
Damn, real players. Now, here's what's interesting. The line on this changed when this line opened up. Toppin was the heavy favorite at plus 150. Simmons at 175 and Stanley at 200. I think a lot of people kind of got up on game in terms of Cassius Stanley and his ability to jump, and now that has switched. Murph, are you impressed with Cassius Stanley? Is he the guy you put your money on here, even though he is the current favorite?
No, especially with these odds making him the favorite, I would stay away. You know, I haven't seen him since Duke, and I know he could fly at Duke last year, so that's a good thing. But is he ready for the bright lights of NBA halftime when everybody's watching? It's a whole different ballgame. This ain't an AAU dunk contest right now. You know, there's a lot of pressure involved. We've seen it before. Guys who, you know, can have ridiculous hops. They get up there and they miss their first 7 dunks, and, you know, put the fans to sleep. So that's what I'm guessing is going to happen with Stanley. I'm going to go with Obi Toppin. He just seems a little more ready for the moment. He's a rookie and he's the biggest name in this group, even with Anthony Simons. I mean, you know, like you said, he has 3 dunks all season. Only thing about that is it's scary when guys like that get in and you look at them and you feel like they have no business being there, but there's probably a reason. Somebody has seen him do some crazy stuff. So he, you know, it just scares me. Just the fact that he only has 3 dunks all year and he's in this is a little scary to me. But I think the safe bet is Obi Toppin.
Safe bet in Obi Toppin. Brian, are you representing for the short people on this? We know the short people. And we got people in the comments talking about how comfortable you look on that couch. Are the short people going to be comfortable in this competition? Are you going with Cassius Stanley? Are you going with Anthony Simons? One of the two. What's going on here?
So last year when Hamidou Diallo won the dunk contest,
I forgot who won the dunk contest.
He won?
To be honest with you, I completely forgot.
That was Derrick Jones Jr. The year before when Hamidou Diallo won the dunk contest. What I wanted either the following year or this season, which ended up being this season because Obi Toppin is a rookie. Now, I wanted Hamidou Diallo, Obi Toppin, John Morant, Zion Williamson. Obi Toppin is the only one from that dream field in this contest, so he's going to be my pick to win this. Anthony Simons could actually dunk. I've seen some in like practice dunks, like in games. He hasn't really been able to do that so much because he settles for jumpers a lot. He could actually dunk. Cassius Stanley, we know. I'm actually very surprised at the odds though. Plus 250 for Obi Toppin seems low. I think people are overthinking this. Like, he's the favorite. We saw him at Dayton. He would do between the legs dunks in games on fast breaks. Like, I'm not overthinking this. Obi Toppin should be the runaway favorite to me, and I'm going to pick him to win. I think it's going to be, there's going to be some interesting dunks and things of that nature, although I'm still curious about how they're going to squeeze this into halftime and what the format itself is going to be. We'll see, but Obi Toppin in a runaway for me.
I like Toppin on this too. No Knicks bias, Jamoke. I like Toppin. I think you got to go like Brian said. Like, you can't overthink this. He is the most talented dunker in what we've seen. I am with Murph on one thing though. Players like Simons, where he's only had 3 dunks in a year, but he's in this contest. Somebody sees something somewhere. I'm with Murph on that. Somebody in Portland knows what's up with this dude, right? Or somebody thought it was up, and then he can't get up when it comes in terms of the contest, and he fails and puts us all to sleep. We don't need that. What we want is a interesting contest. I don't have much hope for this, but we'll see. Jamoke, Jamoke, do you know who's judging this? Who's judging?
I don't know who's judging, but I hope it's a bunch of judges from HBCUs like they have referees. Maybe they'll actually, not be as bad as Dwayne Wade was.
Yeah,
I mean,
Eric Cheng said that. Dwayne Wade
come
fucking
on,
up for everybody.
Aaron Gordon, 2 years in a row, he probably could have and should have won it. I wish they would have just put him in the field this year, and everybody could have just given him 10s, if nothing else, just for what he did the last 2 years. But Obi Toppin is my favorite too. I don't know who the judges are, but I hope my thing is I'm going to enjoy listening to the TNT guys comment. I'm sure that's going to be the most entertaining point of this halftime show. Assuming that they are going to do it. But I think, 4 for 4, Obi Toppin, I'll take that.
Yeah, everybody seems on to be on Obi on this. So even Brian didn't give love to his peoples in the vertically challenged category.
Anthony Simons is like 6'3". He ain't that short. Like I can't claim him. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's right. You can't claim him. You can't. But he's not a big man. You're very anti-big man sometimes, unless it's Bam Adebayo. So
I picked Obi Top. All right, whatever.
Oh, Toppin's now the favorite. Oh, okay. Oh,
okay. That look how that's changed very quickly. Maybe some people are like, we've been listening to NBA picks and props, and now we're going to change this. Here's the judging panelists, guys. Dominique Wilkins, Atlanta, great.
Is that real?
Yeah,
this is real.
That's one thing I forgot to look up.
Jason Richardson, D Brown, and Spud Webb.
Right.
So, okay, that's not bad. They got
literally 5 of the best dunkers ever.
Yeah, I mean they should know what's up.
I hope they're going to be more critical.
So everybody can relax. Dwayne Wade is not involved in this, so he can't mess things up. So we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about him. All right, everybody's in agreement. I think here, Obi Toppin as the favorite.
You better jump over Josh Smith. That's what I want to see.
That'd be kind of dope. I'm here for that.
Josh Smith did it with Kenyon Martin when he was a rookie. I would like to see Obi Toppin replicate the exact same dunk, but we'll see.
Yeah, I wonder if Nate Duncan is going to watch this. I wonder if he's going to watch this. Yeah, or is he going to hate on this somehow? He's going to hate on the dunks in the dunk contest.
They have no points in the game.
Yeah, no points in the game in the dunk contest. Can't watch this. Who knows? All right, guys. The game itself. Let's look at the game itself. We got Team LeBron versus Team Durant. Interesting. The spread in this game, LeBron at -4.5. That team favored. The over/under, which I'm like, we'll get into this. The over/under is just crazy when in terms of an all-star game. 317.5. That is over about 100 points more than we see for the average NBA regular season game, which tells you nobody plays defense. Guys, before we have to talk about this, before hours before this game to be played, we got news that both Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons will not play in this game. They both were in contact with a barber who then tested positive for COVID-19. So due to health and safety protocols, they will not play. Thankfully, I guess we can say neither of those guys came in contact with the Philadelphia coaching staff who is coaching in this game. So I guess that is good. And, Murph, we were joking before, but we talked about some of these health and safety protocols with everybody being down in Atlanta and some people acting like it's business as usual. Even with both those guys not playing, Simmons was on Team LeBron and Embiid was on Team Durant. How much that has affected the line a little bit. It has affected some of the odds a little bit here. But it's an exhibition game. I'm going to ask you guys: did you like the drafting of these teams from LeBron and Durant? And who do you expect to win in this format? Brian, I'll start with you.
I really like LeBron's team. I was kind of with Giannis when he had that reaction and they sort of read off who was in his lineup, and then he was like, "Oh, it's over." Like I was kind of with him on that. Now, obviously, it'll look a little bit different with the absences that we're seeing now, but. I like LeBron here. We're seeing some people talk about over-unders in the chat, and I just want to agree with Eric Chang. Like, you never bet under in an all-star game, especially in a modern one. Like, I'm going over all day on that as well. But, we'll see. Ultimately, I like Team LeBron here, though. But I also think that they're just going to be more competitive as well. I mean, you have Team KD without KD even playing. Like, that's a big loss in itself as far as the all-star game goes. So, Team LeBron.
Team, let me run down the rosters for folks. Team LeBron is obviously LeBron, Giannis, Steph, Luka, Jokic, Brown, Jaylen Brown, that is, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Damian Lillard, CP3, Sabonis, and Simmons, who is now not playing. Team Durant, with Durant not playing, as Brian said, Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid not playing, will be replaced by Zion Williamson in the starting lineup. Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Anthony Davis, obviously named to the team but not playing. Harden, Levine, Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle, and Nikola Vucevic. So that will be the game. This game will start at 8 o'clock tonight. Guys, Jamoke.
Yeah.
Do you like Team LeBron here? And are you rocking with what our man Eric Cheng said? And you got to take the over in an all-star game? I tend to agree with him on that. You can't go under here. You got to go with the over. What do you like about this game matchup in the over-under?
It's tough not to pick Team LeBron because they've won every single game since they've gone to this format. I mean, Team LeBron's undefeated. He picked a bevy of point guards to play with. Even without losing Simmons, I think that you've got some floor generals. And then on the other side, I thought about the fact that, for Team Durant, I actually think you have more playmakers. You have more point guards that can run the show. But I like some of the playmakers and shot makers on Team Durant. I'm going the opposite. I'm going to say that I'm going to take the over. I mean, if you look at the score, last year was what, 157 to 155? I mean, every year, the year before that is 178 to 164. I mean, the scores, how much higher can they get? These guys want to get out of town too. So, hey, let's hurry up. Let's score as many points as we can. Get out of here. So I'm going to take the over, and I think I'm actually going to change my mind. Originally, I was going to say Team LeBron, but I think Team Durant's going to get this one.
Okay, Team Durant, they're the underdogs. Team LeBron -4.5, the line here. Murph, what do you say? You putting your money on Team Durant too, or you going with Team LeBron?
I gotta go with Team LeBron. Just the guys he has on his roster is too stacked. LeBron takes this stuff seriously, especially in the fourth quarter. So I think they'll come to play. You got Giannis, Curry, Doncic, and Jokic in the starting lineup. You got Dame, Lillard on the team, Chris Paul. They just got too much now. I do think it'll be competitive because Team Durant. These are still big time all-stars, and a lot of these guys have more to prove on Durant's team, like a Zach LaVine, like a Donovan Mitchell, who we talked about. Who it may not be good to be angry in a three-point shooting contest, but it could help to be angry in an all-star game itself. If he's taking it more seriously than everybody else, he's somebody you should watch out for, maybe even for the MVP, but we'll talk about that later. So I think it'll be competitive, but you got to give me Team LeBron because they just have too much. I'll take the -4.5, and of course, like everybody has said, the over. You got to go with the over. There's defense. They don't play defense until the last couple possessions.
Yeah, now with the Elam ending, that's the only time you're going to see that. Yeah, I got to go Team LeBron here. I think they're more stacked. I think they got more athletes and playmakers going to be able to run out the floor, get some easy buckets. And that kind of matters in the all-star game, especially if the game late, you need guys who can create their own shots with the Elam ending. So I like Team LeBron here. As you guys said, you got to bang the over here. I don't see any way you can play with the under in this format at all whatsoever. It's an all-star game. Hopefully it's entertaining. You get to see some crazy dunks. The kids are happy to see that. Maybe somebody goes off and scores a crazy amount. So Eric Cheng talk about Beal possibly getting 50. That would make Jamoke happy. We know that. If Beal can get 50. We saw Anthony Davis get 52. That was, a couple years ago in 2017. So, things like that can happen. Maybe somebody goes nuts and, maybe Spider Mitchell is angry in the game. Or maybe he's tired from bricking in the three-point. I don't know. A lot of stuff can happen here. Look, I just wonder if Spider Mitchell they're gonna give him the ball. That's all I know. I just want to know if they're gonna give him the ball. But maybe he's telling him look, I'm angry. Give me the ball. I'm gonna go do my thing. We'll see. We'll see what that's. Now with the game. With that being said, with the game, guys, who do you think has the best shot to win MVP? Some interesting odds here. LeBron is the odds-on favorite at +450. Joel Embiid was number 2, obviously not playing anymore. Was at +600, but some good odds on some people to win the game. This is very unpredictable. A lot of it has to do with how the game goes. We've got the odds up right here for you. This is from BetMGM. We got Giannis at plus 650, Steph Curry at plus 850, Luka Doncic at plus 1100, Kawhi as well too. Kyrie plus 1200. You know he'll shoot. Nikola Jokic at plus 1400. Somebody in the chat, I saw Jokic will get MVP. That would be interesting. He doesn't really seem like the all-star kind of player in terms of that. Even got some guys like Zion, your boy Murph, down at plus 2500. Bradley Beal, your boy Jamoke, at plus 1600. I wish I had somebody for Brian, but there are no Miami Heat players here. So also,
I found somebody.
Oh, you found somebody? Who's your guy, Brian? Who's your guy to win All-Star Game MVP?
Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard. There you go. There's your
Damian
guy.
Lillard plus 1400. He's gonna be somebody that he just wants to show everybody. I'm looking for a guy who's gonna want to make a statement at the All-Star Game, and the guys at the top of the list for me would be Damian Lillard, probably Giannis, and Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is not winning All-Star Game MVP. I would love for that to happen. At plus 8,000, I would love for that to happen. He just comes out and starts throwing everybody shit, but that's not going to happen. It's going to be Damian Lillard. I think he might go for 40. He might get a bunch of only a few assists, but I think he's going to go off and have a serious performance.
Could you do me a favor, guys? Can we bring up those All-Star Game odds again? I need to see those All-Star Game odds again because I think there was a problem. I just want to make sure I am right. No, bring it up. Let's see it once again. All right, guys. Where's Julius Randle? We got no love for the odds for Julius Randle. I mean,
he's off the board, baby.
He's off the board. We got no love for Julius Randle. And obviously, this is nothing. This is nothing to our producers who did a great job of bringing up this graphic. I'm just saying, you didn't. My producers tell me now that he missed him. Nah, I don't think that he did. I don't think there are any odds. No, actually, no. I did check it. There are odds for Julius Randle. He is at plus 5,000. I just thought, we were not giving any love to Julius Randle. Not saying that I would bet on Julius Randle.
Classic Knicks disrespect.
Classic Knicks disrespect. No, I was just wondering. I was like, oh man, the Knicks didn't get anybody named in here. No, look, there's obviously so many players that we can have in here, but Julius Randle is in that plus 5,000 range. If you so choose to put some money on Julius Randle or think that he might have a chip on his shoulder, like Brian said. Jamoke, who are you rocking with in terms of MVP? Are you looking at a guy in the same way that Brian does with a chip on his shoulder, or somebody established as a player in the league that might, say a chip on his shoulder, might have something to prove in terms of getting that All-Star Game MVP?
So actually, Dame bothers me because he's playing with Pandemic P and they don't like each other. So that may be an issue with Paul George and Dame, talking about negative energy with Spider too. I actually am picking LeBron James to be the MVP. He is at the tail end of his career, right? Only 2 players have won the MVP more than LeBron. LeBron has 3 All-Star MVPs. Kobe Bryant and Bob Pettit both have 4. LeBron needs 1 more, maybe 2 more, because he wants to say he's the best. So what other motivation do you need than to say, Kobe still got me? Right? I'm going to do this for Kobe. Let me go on ahead and get the MVP. I may be only playing 1 or 2 more years, especially at this level where I think I can actually win the MVP. So I'm going to go on ahead and take it. That's who I think is going to get the MVP. But if you want a sleeper, James Harden on Team Durant, Luka, because LeBron James loves Luka. So I think he's going to feed Luka a little bit. Luka may actually get the first point scored of the game, possibly. Those are my 2 sleeper picks. But I'm going with LeBron. History. We're talking about history.
History. Talking about history. Murph, are you going for history, or are you going for motivation like Brian?
I like that argument from Jamoke. I think LeBron, if he wants it, it's his for the taking. He's going to be, it's his team. He'll have control on the court. He can do whatever he wants to do out there. But you look at his team, man, there are just so many guys from that team. If Team LeBron wins, you got Giannis, who could put up big numbers, no question. If Steph gets hot from 3, he's a guy that could easily take it home. Luka, is this his second All-Star game? I believe so, right?
That's his second All-Star game.
His second All-Star game. He's more comfortable now. We know he has the skills to do it. He could end up getting a triple-double if he wanted to. So he's a guy to watch out for. Now, if there's an upset for Team Durant, like I said before, maybe Donovan Mitchell takes this game really seriously, tries to drop 40 and show everybody, that he more than belongs. Like you said, Kyrie Irving, another guy who's going to, he's not going to be afraid to try to put up points. He's going to have no fear out there. And then another sleeper is my guy Zion, who's now starting instead of Embiid. He's at plus 2,500. We know, sometimes the All-Star game turns into a mini dunk contest, and nobody's more equipped for that than Zion. If they just give him the ball, and nobody's going to play defense on that kid in this game. So watch out for him also. But you could go anywhere. But I would, if I'm playing it safe, I think LeBron is the safe bet.
LeBron is a safe bet, as you said. Odds on favorite here. I like Curry a lot here, man. Watch out for Curry. He's, and a lot of it's how long he goes in the 3-point shootout earlier, but he's been playing well, shooting the ball well. He seems really happy to be back this year. I can see him wanting to leave his mark with some crazy amounts of threes. We're trying to set a record in this game. Watch out for him. I like him. I just like him to be free-spirited and fun and play this game really loose. With something to prove, maybe not coming as aggressively as Donovan Mitchell might. But yeah, I like him. I think you get good odds on him at plus 800. I think he's a good guy to look at if you don't want to go for one of the favorites. I also too like Murph. I do like Zion Williamson a lot. He's somebody I would consider if you want more of a long shot, especially now that he's starting. I would say definitely watch out for him. And I don't want to call him a long shot, but Brian brought up Damian Lillard. I also like that too. I think Damian Lillard still doesn't get his respect as one of the best players in this league and really what he can do. And he's also been having a fantastic season shooting the ball. And I think in a game like this, if he gets the ball in his hands enough in the open court, he can pull up, he can find other guys on the break. He's dangerous to put up some big numbers too. So I think there's a lot of good people that you can like in this game, in this situation, but a lot of it is opportunities, who gets the ball, where they get the ball, those sort of things. So, we'll see. Dame is a chip on the shoulder guy. So, that's why Brian's all in on him. I'm surprised, Jamoke, a little bit surprised at you that you did not go with Bradley Beal to win the MVP and bring it back home to DC.
Well, the reason why I didn't go with Bradley Beal is he's such a nice guy, and I think what he's going to end up doing
nice guys don't win MVPs.
He just wants to share the ball. He's just happy to be there. I think he's going to play his game. But I will say, without Team Durant playing, when you got James Harden, Beal, Mitchell, especially if the word is Booker's not going to play, these are the volume shooters that you're going to have. Yeah. So it is probably going to come down to Mitchell with the chip on the shoulder, Harden, who can score just because he wants to score, and Beal, who's trying to prove, hey, last year I should have been a starter, should have been all NBA. So this is my opportunity to step up. And I'm sure he's happy he's playing with Jason Tatum. It's the first time he's ever going to be able to do that with these guys both coming up in St. Louis. Tatum was, a mentee of Bradley Beal, just like Dexter likes to call me his mentor, right? So I think them playing together, he's going to be sharing the ball a little bit more. That's why I wouldn't pick Beal. Right. I am repping.
Let me say this about Harden. I'll be interested to see how Harden performs. When he was in Houston, I always said he was the ultimate regular season player, which means he didn't play well in the playoffs. Also didn't play well in All-Star games, which was crazy to me. So we'll see. People saying he's turned a new leaf. He's a different player in Brooklyn. If he plays well in an All-Star game for the first time in his life, that'll be a good sign.
All right, something to definitely keep your eye on with James Harden as we move forward. Just want to remind everybody, if you like the content, you love what we're doing here on the show, NBA Picks and Props, please subscribe to the Props Network YouTube channel. You can check out all the great content that we have going on, including Just for Sport with our man Jamoke Davis. Everything going on in the world of sports and sports betting, you can get that from him a couple times a week. And us with NBA Picks and Props, we'll be back on our regular schedule this week. We'll be back on every Friday at 6 p.m. So be sure to rock with us. Check us out. Hit that subscribe button. That's what you need to do. All right, let's look at some player props around the game tonight. There's always some interesting one. We kind of talked about some of them before. One of the first ones is which player will score first in the game. most times in the All-Star game, I don't know how accurate this is, but most times I feel like I've seen it is most of the times the first score is a dunk. Rarely get a ton. Somebody leaking open, somebody gets an easy dunk. That's generally what it is. Who do you guys like when you look at these odds? And we got the odds up right now, and two bigger guys are leading the field in terms of odds. Giannis at plus 600, Embiid obviously not playing now, plus 600. LeBron plus 700. Kyrie, well, he'll shoot, that's for sure, plus 700. Steph, Kawhi and Luka at plus 800. So, some nice odds if you even get your boy Bradley Beal down there plus 900, Jamoke.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum at plus 1,000. Same thing with Nikola Jokic. Obviously, it's going to be a pool of starters, the guys who are going to be in the floor. Now you can look at Zion and his prowess and possibly being in there and getting that first bucket. But, Murph, I'll start with you. Zion's a guy who can start the game off with a dunk, gets, not a crowd, but gets fans excited, maybe gets a team pumped up. Is he somebody you would like to get the first dunk, or who do you like on the list in terms of those odds?
Is this first dunk or first point?
First points. Could be with a dunk, could be with anything. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So first points, I'm looking at it. I got to go with whoever wins the tip. Okay. So, and I'm looking at the starting lineup. Embiid is out, so they're gonna have a smaller guy. At the tip off on the East. So, or at least on Team Durant. So I'm going to say you're going to have Jokic, with that honor for Team LeBron. I think they'll win the tip, and I see it going to Steph Curry and him putting up a 35-footer to start the game and hitting it. So I go Steph Curry plus 700. Put it in the bank.
Steph Curry plus 700. Put it in the bank. Check it in on the chat. David Stankovic says Steph Curry with a corner three. He's got that feeling. Okay. For the first shot of the game. So you guys are feeling the three to start the game. Brian, who do you like here? Do you like the guards you got Murph picking Steph Curry, or do you like a big man to get the first points of the game?
I think it's actually quite funny that we're doing a round table on who's going to score first.
Yes, it is.
This is where we are with the degenerate shit.
Here we are.
And a lot of money comes in on this stuff, so I'm not even hating. But alley-oops Zion. That's the first bucket of the game. That's all I got to say. Zion Williamson starting now, alley-oops Zion. Someone's going to find him. He's going to cut, and nobody's going to get in his way, as Murph said, because he's 6'6", 300 pounds, but he's like an athletic 300 pounds. You know what I mean? He's like Jadeveon Clowney in the NBA. I ain't getting in his way. So alley-oops Zion, first bucket.
They gotta win that. They gotta win that tip, though, man. They really gotta win that tip. So I don't know who they're gonna have jumping up on that, but Jokic might not even want to jump. That's a whole nother story. Jamoke, who do you like here scoring the first points of the game?
The thing is, Murph, he had the right philosophy. If it's not gonna be Jokic, it's gonna be Antetokounmpo or Rudy Gobert with the jump ball. So I'm thinking it's gonna be Giannis, but. If you see LeBron gets the first basket, if you didn't pick him for MVP, that means he's starting. He's getting hot early, warming up. So that's who I think is a sleeper pick for first points of the game. But I think realistically, it's going to be a fast break dunk. Whoever gets the jump ball, they're going to kick it out to, I'm going to say it's going to be Rudy Gobert. He's going to give it to Giannis, who's going to throw it down.
Okay. This all has me thinking. I'm wondering, has anybody ever scored the first points of the All-Star game on a free throw? That'd be whack. Who's the ref?
I'm sure it's happened. Who's
the ref that called that foul?
Yo, listen, it's all HBCU refs. I'm not saying anything about the refs right now. Shout out to Norfolk State, Clark, Atlanta, and Southern University. I'm gonna let it go.
Those refs better stay out the way of the game. They're there, and we're proud they're there and repping, but ain't nobody trying to see them. I'm gonna go with this is so crazy. I'm gonna go with Giannis. Gobert wins the tip. I'm gonna go with Giannis. I see Giannis leaking out, getting some easy dunk. Nobody wants to be in his way either. He just takes the ball, goes down the lane. Easy Giannis dunk. My man Antonio Urbano feels the same. I'm gonna go with Giannis on this one. I got to go with the guys nobody wants to be in their way. Now I would prefer if it happens the way Murph drew it up. I'd like a 3. I really would like that. But I think most times it's going to be an outlet to somebody, comes down the lane, and they let him dunk, and that's that. Yes, Brian, we did talk about this. Who will score first in the game? There will be action on this tonight for sure. All right. This is a little more interesting because this is more completely looking at the game. But who's going to be the top point scorer for the All-Star game? Jamoke. Could it be your guy, Mr. Buckets, Bradley Beal, right? He's at plus 800 here. All right. We got Giannis is at plus 180. We got Kyrie Irving, Mr. Shoot-A-Lot, Flat Earth at plus 500. We got Steph Curry at plus 1,100, Jason Tatum plus 1,400, Doncic plus 2,200. What's interesting, LeBron, he's at plus 375. Zion Williamson at plus 700. That's gone up a little bit. Do you like your boy, Jamoke? Bradley Beal? There's good odds on him here. We know he can get buckets. Bradley Buckets Beals, 3 Bs. Like Big Baller Brand, he can get buckets. So
he's the leading scorer in the NBA. So I do think he's going to want to show out. He's got a little bit of chip on his shoulder as well. But I think I've got to stick with LeBron because I do think that he's going to get MVP. So in order to get MVP, I feel like you got to be this top scorer, or at least you got to be right up there with a triple-double, something like that. But I think it's going to be LeBron James at plus 375. My sleeper pick, yes, I'm going with Bradley Beal. Somebody's got to fill it up on the other team.
Yeah, I think Bradley Beal's good value there, plus 800. Somebody's got to fill it up too. This also could seem like a good place maybe for your boy James Harden, Murph. Maybe he fills it up and finally comes through in the All-Star game, and we can get some assists. We've seen him in that range. Who do you like here to be the top scorer in the All-Star game?
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from Harden. I got to see it first. I got to see him play well in just one game outside of the regular season. So I'll wait and see that. But we've been talking about this guy the whole time. I'm gonna stick with Donovan Mitchell. What are the odds exactly? I'm sure it's a long shot. What are his odds?
Donovan Mitchell. Can we bring that up again, guys? Donovan Mitchell. The odds for him was about plus.
Well, whatever it is, yeah.
Plus 5,000. Sorry, I thought it was a little bit.
I say go with that. I know he said, he makes the comment that he doesn't care. He really doesn't care what people say. That is an absolute lie. I know Donovan a little bit. He's the ultimate professional. So he's going to always say the right thing, but he cares. Okay, that's how he made it to this league, taking everything personal and just staying in the lab trying to get better. I know he takes what happened as a slight because it was. So I think he might be the most serious guy in this game, and we know he's capable of scoring. Whether his team wins or not, I'm going to take him to score the most points in the game.
Yeah, it's always interesting when people say stuff like they don't care, but he says people have been talking shit about me for a while. You kind of know that, which shows that you care, right?
Exactly.
Like you actually do care about this. Brian, who do you like to be the overall top scorer? You have no Miami Heat players that you can pick, but who do you like to be the top overall scorer here in tonight's game?
Well, Damian Lillard was my MVP pick, and I'm seeing him sit there at plus 2,000, and yeah, I like those odds a lot. You know what I mean? Even if I put $1 on that, I'm going to get a good return. So I'm going with Damian Lillard because I think he's going to win MVP. He's somebody that I think has the potential to get 40 in a game like this in this format. And he's somebody who I think is going to take this seriously, pull up from 30 and hit a bunch of 3-pointers and go crazy. So I'm going with Damian Lillard to lead this game in points.
Dame time. It's going to be Dame time. That's what we're hearing. We're saying, and my man Antonio Urbano agrees with that as well too. He likes Damian Lillard for this at plus 2,000. Good value for Damian Lillard here. This one is so tough, man. I said I think Curry. Watch out for him to have a good game. I also like Damian Lillard. I'm gonna go with Curry. I thought he'd have a good game and be MVP. I'm gonna rock with him on this here to show out. So I'm gonna say that he gets the top score somewhere between 35 and 40 points. On the night. I'm gonna rock with him there. But I think look, all these picks are good. And it kind of goes hand in hand. I do agree with something Jamoke said. If you're gonna go with a guy for MVP and you're also going to make this bet, you might as well go with whoever you think it is going to be MVP. I mean, why not go down swinging? And usually it's going to be somebody with a high score or puts up a lot of stats. So, we'll see. I'm surprised, a little bit surprised, Brian, you didn't go with your boy Kyrie Irving, thinking he might gun for it here.
No, I think he'll miss a bunch of those jumpers. You know what I mean? Like that's all it comes down to. Like maybe he could win MVP. I mean, his odds are a lot higher than Damian Lillard's, which I was actually kind of surprised at. But it's whatever. It's the fucking All-Star game. Like The odds are all over the place. Like I don't know what people's rationale is for this. Like Damian Lillard's so low, Kyrie's up here, this person. Like, I get it. Rudy Gobert plus 8,000 though. I'm staying away from him. But Rudy Gobert is my pick. Like I want him to win MVP, but that's just not gonna happen.
That's not happening.
That's not happening. I want it to happen so fucking bad.
I would love to see that happen, but there's no way. There's no way that's happening. I mean, we can all dream, right?
Like Donovan Mitchell thinks that he's been disrespected. Draymond Green was basically calling Rudy Gobert a bitch for crying for not getting the All-Star game for the second straight time. Like, I want to see Rudy Gobert go out there and get 20, 20, and 10.
That'd be great. And I feel like they still wouldn't give it to him. They probably still would find a way to not give it to Rudy Gobert. So who knows? All right, guys. So we went through those player props. We talked about MVP. We talked about who we think will score the first points of the game and who will be the top scorer of the game. That's interesting, which brings us to our final segment of the show. Keep it 100. You have $100 to spend on tonight's action. That is the game. That is the three-point shootout. That is the skills competition and the dunk contest. And if you know my man, Brian Fonseca, he will find a way to bet on a scuffle. Now, I don't know from Brian if you were going to bet on a scuffle on All-Star Sunday. Is today the day you don't bet on a scuffle? Let's find out right now. Brian, you got $100 to spend. How are you spending it on All-Star Sunday?
It's going to start off pretty straightforward. Pull up my list. So $20 on Julius Randle to win the skills challenge. Go with my pick from earlier.
Okay.
Zach LaVine 3-point challenge. Another 20. Another 20 Obi Toppin to win the dunk contest. 20 on Dame Lillard MVP. 19 on Damian Lillard getting the most points. And for my $1 bet to finish out the 100.
Here we go.
All right, wait. I was going to be mean, and I was going to go with some video will leak that James Harden couldn't help himself, and then we see that he's in some club in Atlanta or whatever. But I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be super safe. I think the Nets would also suspend him if they found that video, whatever the case may be. Although Kyrie Irving kind of just went missing and they didn't really do anything about it. Anyway, whatever. Basically, I'm going to go $1. I'm going to play it safe. I saw that Zion Williamson and Rudy Gobert are on separate teams, and I think Zion is going to get Rudy some point tonight. Going to dunk on him. And it's going to be pretty bad. I know what I said about Rudy earlier, but I think that Zion is going to catch him at some point in this game.
Why would Rudy Gobert be challenging this dunk in the All-Star game?
Because Rudy Gobert is tired of being disrespected. He wants to throw somebody shit. He's going to try it with Zion. He's going to try it with Zion, and he's going to learn that, Zion, this is a different dude. You know what I'm saying?
And Gobert definitely seems like one of those guys who's going to play hard in the All-Star game,
right?
where the other guys will get mad. Like, what are you doing, son?
He's going to be setting picks.
Like, chill, bro.
Chill, man. Like, we don't need this. But so, you know what? I can see that, Brian. And Brian, I'm glad that you found a way to put some kind of violent basketball act into your bet, even on All-Star Sunday. Respect.
Gotta stay on brand.
Gotta stay on brand. Respect to you. Jamoke, how are you spending $100 throughout these events tonight?
So the good thing for me, and I think a strategy you should all think about, is you want to hedge your bets. So I'm breaking it up. Instead of 20, 20, 20, 20, and 20, 5 20s, I'm going 15 and 5. I'm going to put 15 on my favorite. So we got LeBron James to win the All-Star MVP at 15. Then I'll pick Bradley Beal at my 5, right? So there's 20 right there. Okay. Then we go to the three-point contest. I'm going to put 15 on my guy Zach LaVine and then put another 5 on Mike Conley as the, it would be cool to see him win it, whatever. Dunk contest. Obi Toppin, 15. Anthony Simmons, I'll take him for $5. Although, no, actually, I'm going to go with Cassius, the short guy, because you got Spud judging the contest. I'll put 5 on Cassius. Skill challenge, same thing. Robert Covington, HBCU. I'm sick with Robert with my 15, and I'm going to go Luka with my 5 as a sleeper instead of Julius Randle, which I thought I was going to do. So now I'm at 60 points. First field goal, I'm going to split it up, or $60, split it up 10 and 10. I'm going to take Giannis for 10 to get that first field goal. But secondarily, I'll go with Bradley Beal He's going to be my second pick. Now I'm at $80. If we're talking about maybe it's something that you're not sure about, you can do like a 24 points and the win on DraftKings. I'm going to take Giannis Antetokounmpo at plus 175. I'll put 10 on that. And then 23 points to and the win. I'm going to take LeBron James at plus 175. And there's
Not
my
bad.
100.
I like that. Hedging your bets, breaking it up so you got some favorites and some sleepers. I like the vibe. I like the vibe on that. All right, okay. Murph, how are you spending this? You're pretty organized, better like myself and Jim. Okay, we're not like Brian with the 19 and the 1 and the violence all mixed in here.
Let's ignore that I was straight 20s before that.
Yo, you were, and I was like, "Yo, is this gonna change?" And then he was like, "19." I was like, "Oh, here we go. We knew what was coming. We knew it was coming." But Brian, no shade. You stayed on brand, right? We appreciate that. Murph, are you staying on brand today with your bets for keeping 100?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on brand, except for this one. I'm ready to lose my 100. Okay, I'm going for long shots. This is $100. I'm ready to lose. It's like I'm pretending like COVID is over and I'm back at the bar and I'm in Manhattan and I'm gonna waste $100 on like 4 drinks. Okay, so I'm gonna go 25 on Zion as MVP. Like I think what was the odds? Like 25 plus 2,500.
Plus 2,500.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go big there. I'm gonna go 25 on.
Zion was plus 33, Murph, on that. So even bigger.
Oh, even bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 25 when we talked about Donovan Mitchell being the high scorer. Okay, so I'm trying to win big with that one. I'm gonna go 25 on Steph Curry scoring the first points of the game. I think that was plus 700. And I'm gonna go 25 on. Let's see. I'll say Mike Conley to win the 3-point contest.
Okay, not bad there. Okay, here's what I'm going with tonight, and I thought about just risking it all, putting it all on the Knicks here. I even thought about making Julius Randle All-Star Game MVP, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be so reckless. I'm not okay. We'll say that's on brand for you, Dex, but no, I'm not even going to go do that. I'm going to go put $10 on Luka to win the skills competition. I think it's a pretty safe bet there, and I think he can do that there. I'm going to go with $20 because Jamoke and Brian convinced me, and much respect to Murph because he took me away from Donovan Mitchell and getting all of his feelings on this. So I'm going to go with $20 on Zach LaVine to win the 3-point shootout. All right. Then for the dunk contest, this is where I'm going to put a little bit of money and invest in the New York Knicks, the blue and orange skies, and get a little happy. We're going to go with $30 in Obi Toppin, and Murph is shaking his head because he knows that's probably going to fuck it all up. We can guarantee that's going to happen. All right, and on to the game. I'm going to go with $25 on Steph for MVP. I'm riding on that. I like his vibes here. He's got some decent odds as well there too, so we'll see how that goes. And then I'm going to put $15 on that first score of the game. I'm going to go with Giannis with a dunk. What would be better? I wish I could get some better odds if Giannis was the first person scoring the game and he hit a 3. That'd be great. I want to know what the odds would be on that. That'd be freaking fantastic. But it's only on first score of the game. I'm gonna go with 15 on Giannis, so that's my 100 for the evening. We got a couple more minutes, guys. Let me know to all the people in the chat. Does anybody how you would bet on this? Or any player props you like? Any way you'd like to bet on the game? Let me know. So the question I have for my guys here, Brian, you are already on the couch. You are in relaxed mode. You got the cushion under the arm tucked and everything ready to go. How excited are you to sit down and watch this All-Star festivities, which kick off in about an hour and a half?
I mean, I'll watch it. Like I'll watch it, but I'm not like super excited about it. I don't think there should be an All-Star game given the times to begin with, but I mean, I'll check it out, especially like the fourth quarter because I do find the Elam Manning entertaining. I love that the basketball tournament started doing that, and while covering that, I sort of saw like, oh, this is something that could actually work in other basketball settings, not NBA games necessarily, but the NBA All-Star Game, which is its own thing. I'm curious to see how everything goes and them squeezing it all into one day, but I mean, I don't think I look that excited for it. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna be
Wait,
here Sunday.
why do you look at your clothes? Like, are you supposed to have an all-star outfit or something going on today? Like, I mean, you know what? To be fair, I'm gonna stop myself. Jamoke is all decked out in Wizards gear, making us all look bad. So you know what? Jamoke's ready, and
you have a Knicks poster. I
have this up. I have this up all the time.
I have a plain T-shirt. There's a pillow here, and a pillow right here by my backside. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool. You know, I'm not even in my crib. You know what I'm saying? So,
there's word that you might be you might have like a snuggie on or some snuggie pants underneath, getting really comfortable here. You wish? Oh man. Well, Jamoke, you seem like you're excited because you have the attire to go. You've made us all look bad. You got the Wizard stuff in the back. You got the Wizard shirt on. You came ready.
I did come ready because for me, this regular season has been okay, but this is probably the first time that for an all-star game, like if you look at how completely different it is to have every event in one night, we're watching something historic that'll probably never happen again. I imagine the ratings are going to be up. Everybody's going to be watching to see what happens here. So I think from that aspect, I'm going to enjoy it. But also for me, like, I don't know if y'all watched the Inside NBA, the TNT documentary.
I've been watching
that thing has been awesome.
It's great. It's great. It's been fantastic.
I love listening to these guys. They are just so funny that it becomes a show within a show. And we're going to get a one-stop, one-trick pony show tonight. It's going to be great. I'm so looking forward to it. The kids are going to either watch with me or go to bed because I need to be quiet because I need to hear the commentary. But that's why I'm going to enjoy it. And especially when you got the drama. Like, we didn't even talk about it. I brought it up. Nobody brought it up. Playoff P or Pandemic P and Dame Lillard are on the same team. They don't like each other. What kind of drama are we going to see on the bench from the two of them trying to watch them not pass to each other? Watch them look each other off the entire night. And we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. That's what I want to see. LeBron James has no free agents he can try to get on his team, as he joked about when they were picking the players. But he loves Luka. So now he's going to feed Luka a lot tonight. And we're going to see what Luka can do. That's what I'm looking forward to. It's just the excitement. And, of course, I'm going to end it with my guy, Bradley Beal. It's been disrespected. Leading scorer in the NBA. Leading scorer in the NBA. Watch what happens tonight.
Look, I'm going to say this. If you're playoff P, you might not like – Pandemic P, my bad. You're Pandemic P. You might not like Dame Lillard, and you might feel like you can't pass him the ball, but I don't understand what your reason is. If I'm Dame Lillard, I feel like I wouldn't pass Pandemic P the ball because I'll be like, what happened in that game 7? You hit the side of the backboard. Yeah. And what happened the last time I shot in your face? I was waving goodbye to you. I feel like Damian Lillard has all the swag, which makes me really like Brian's pick. He's got all the swag to do it. If you might see him hit shots and talk some shit to Pandemic P on his own team.
He might.
I'm here for that. I'm here for it. Murph, you don't have the attire that Jamoke has, and you might not look as comfortable as Brian does. But are you excited for tonight's festivities?
No, that's a great call, Dex, because I'm right in the middle of both of these guys. I'm not as uninterested as Brian, and I'm not as excited as Jamoke. I'm right in the middle. I'm excited. I'm always excited for the All-Star game. I always watch it. Usually I'm disappointed. Last year, for instance, it turned out to be a better game than I expected. So we'll see. And then, putting all these bets down, makes it even more exciting. Now I got something to root for, to hope I make money off. I took 4 with my $100 I'm going to throw away. I got some long shot bets that might make me a rich man. So we shall see. So I'm excited about it. But as far as Pandemic P and Lillard, I think it's the opposite, Dex. I think Dame could care less. I think he'll pass Pandemic P the ball. What does he care? It's Pandemic P who's in his feelings, as we know, and probably will freeze Dame out.
That's interesting, man. But you know what? Haters are gonna hate. So I guess Pandemic P. Listen, if we get some drama out of that, I will be gladly entertained. I mean, knowing Brian might not be so excited about this, But if there is a scuffle, please be known, he will be entertained. And he's like, you hear him clapping. That woke him up. He will be here for this. If there's a remote scuffle that breaks out, especially if it involves the disrespected Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell, Brian is here for this.
Listen, UFC 259 was last night. I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm still in that mode. You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend.
What is that mode? What is
I'm still in that fight fan mode. You know what I mean? Like, that was established last night. So Amanda Nunes catch another body in the first round. Israel Adesanya lost his light heavyweight championship opportunity. But this is coming like right after that. Like, I hope there's a scuffle between two teammates. Like, that'll be something entertaining to watch. But there probably won't be, and everyone will just want to get in and out of there. But whatever. We'll see what happens.
We can only hope so. Last chance for questions. Anybody in the comments? We thank you guys for rocking with us. A lot of you have been here throughout the show. If you did not hear our picks on certain things, you can go back. We'll have all the time codes and stuff posted in the notes on YouTube, so you can go back and see that. Any other interesting player props? What I'd like to see tonight, if there's one last thing before we leave, guys, I want to see some records, man. I like to see Steph Curry or Dame go crazy from threes, set the All-Star game record for threes. I like to see somebody set the record for dunks. I like to see something historic in that way. Maybe more so on the three-point side. That would be crazy. I think that. See, Brian, we know he wants to see the violence. So,
and Rudy Gobert win MVP.
That would be historic. And I think him and Donovan Mitchell would have a lot to say about that after the game. A lot to say about that after the game. And so, guys, we will be back on Friday. We want to thank Jamoke for joining us. There will be a lot to talk about in terms of the second half of the season. Jamoke, question for you for the second half that we should look at. Are your Wizards, who've been playing a little bit better lately, are they going to make the playoffs?
Yes, that's my prediction.
Playoffs or play in.
They will make the playoffs. They are just getting in their stride. And yes, by the way, I did eat at Ben's next door, Eric. So I love DC food. I love everything DC. I'm rooting for my Wizards to make the playoffs, and I think that they're finally starting to play as a team. Beal and Westbrook are understanding each other a little bit more. I think Westbrook, just the first year, he's like, it's Beal's team, and I'm just going to make sure I just keep the floor going, keep the flow of the game. But I like how they're playing right now, and I see it going in the same direction in the second half because the East stinks. That's part of the reason. Let me not act like they're in the West doing this. They're in the East, and some players normally, unfortunately, sit out when they play the Wizards because they're like, this is probably a guaranteed win, and then they don't win. But, hey, those are the breaks. We play who they put on the floor. So the Wizards, they're going to keep winning.
All right, Wizards going to keep winning. Murph, you and I, we trying to keep that energy for the Knicks. Are the Knicks going to keep winning? They got a tough stretch on when they come back. Do you think they're going to keep winning?
They'll win enough to win us that money on the over-under the beginning of the season. That's all I really care about. They only need about 4 more games or something.
That's right.
But I think the Knicks will squeeze into at least the play-in game. I'm not buying that they're going to be in the middle of the playoff picture in the East or anything like that. I think they will come. They'll come back down to earth. But I think Tibbs will get them into at least the top 10 in the East.
All right, and Brian, we have to ask you about the second half. Your Miami Heat, and we got to get going because you look like you about to take a nap there.
Is it
like you pulled out the pillow in the front. That is the ultimate nap move. Like that is
this pillow's comfortable as shit, man.
I can see that. Are the Miami Heat? They're not comfortable where they are. Do you think that they are going to rise back up? Are we going to see the Heat rising to the top? That Heat culture coming back? How you feeling about them in the second half?
Well. Yeah, I am here for the chaos. Oh, we'll see. I think they're going to be fine in terms of they've figured it out clearly toward the end of the first half of the season. Jimmy Butler came back, and they've been very, very good when he's healthy. He's averaging almost a triple-double since coming back from COVID, and he's actually looked like himself despite losing 12 pounds or so due to COVID. I think that was the reported weight or something around that area. They look good, and I think they're going to make a move of some sort. I don't know how big. But last year they did get Jay Crowder, and Jay Crowder is Jay Crowder, and that was able to help them get to the finals, that transaction, plus Andre Iguodala arrived in that move as well, and Solomon Hill, who played a little bit off the bench. So ultimately, we'll see. I know they're interested in Victor Oladipo or have been, but they've cooled off a little from what I've heard, at least from 5 Reasons Sports. And Victor Oladipo is not even playing better than Kendrick Nunn as of late. So I don't even see why you would try to make a swap in that regard. Also, contractually, you would have to give up Kelly Olynyk, and Kelly Olynyk's actually decent as of late. His numbers next to Bam are good. But I think, the Miami Heat will still make the playoffs and get somewhere between the second and third round. The finals, they kind of need like a push to get back there. We'll see because, the Nets and Philly are better than everyone else, as we sort of established on the last picks and props.
Yeah, it'll be a lot to watch in the second half of the season, including who can stay healthy, how things are around COVID. But there's a lot of reason for optimism for the teams we follow and cover. That's it for this edition of NBA Picks and Props. We want to ask, again, thank you to everybody. A bunch of you have rocked with us throughout. A lot of good comments, a lot of good questions. Shout out to my man Eric Chang, Antonio Albano, Camo Delelo. We thank you for your support. Be sure you like the show. We told you before, subscribe to the Props Network. You really like this episode. You got some friends who are thinking about betting on tonight's action. Share this link with them. Tell us more about what you'd like to see on future episodes of NBA Picks and Props. Leave that in the comments. We'll be sure to check that, come back to that. We try to always give the fans what they want and interact with you as much as we can. We will be back this Friday evening at 6 p.m. live on the Props Network. So, for my guy, Jamoke Davis, who is so excited because he's got all the gear in the background. Look at that. Look at the setup. Got all Washington Wizards. You've never seen a Wizards fan with this much gear as you've seen for him. So he's pumped tonight. Jamoke, man, thank you for rocking with us. We're going to have you back on again soon with the full crew so we can have some more fun. Brian Fonseca, my podcast co-host, who really I thought at this point would have added another pillow because it looks like he's about to take a nap. But
there's one right over there.
Why not just grab the blanket at this point? Why not? Just grab the damn blanket. Too. It's on the other Good. I'm glad.
By the way, everyone watching, follow us on our accounts too. Support us as well.
Yes, please follow Jamoke Davis. You've seen it at his stuff. Please also watch his show, which is great. Just a Sport here on the Props Network. Please support that. Jamoke is also a production company that he's doing, which you should find out more about through his personal channel. Support that as well, too. Support my man Murph with the Bros Pod. Also the Up Next Pod as well, too. So support everybody in here and what they're doing. Share it. We do a lot of great stuff. We create a lot of great content. So Murph, thanks to you for rocking with us. Also, thanks to our producers, Gregory Alcala, ultimate Knicks fan, suffering Knicks fan, I should say, and Sam Coulter, great producer from the great University of Pittsburgh. Jamoke, I know you like that. I got to shout out the great University of Pittsburgh. They don't give us enough respect. We gotta let them know. We gotta let them know. That's
right. Come on, ACC tournament.
Come on, noise. Come on. We got some hope. Murph, we'll talk more about that, Murph.
Champagne.
That's all we can. That's all we can hope for right now. All right, thank you guys for rocking with me. Again, thank you to all the viewers and everybody else for rocking with us. Until next time, which will be Friday, 6 p.m., we'll be live here on the Props Network. Until then, have a great week.